I think some of my fans will be a little disappointed that I pivot from rap to golf, but you see a lot of people going and doing Dancing with the Stars now because you got to move on. You know what I mean? And so Masked Singer, you grow. That's what I'm doing, I'm growing.
Yo, what is up CHH fans? What you just watched was a clip from Lecrae's video, I Quit Rapping. Now, of course this was part of a skit and also just kind of to trick fans and play with them and make them think Lecrae is actually quitting rap, but that's not the case. In the previous video, I told you that I knew the possible career for Lecrae after he retires. This video is not only going to reiterate some of the facts from the previous video, but is going to expound and also explain why these would be the perfect job for Lecrae, but will also talk about Lecrae's most likely career after retirement. Now let's get into the video. Now, if I'm completely honest, a lot of what Lecrae said was mainly a joke, but underneath the joking and a lot of the theatrics, what Lecrae said really is actually extremely true. Now let me explain. What Lecrae essentially said was, I think some of my fans will be a little disappointed that I pivot from rap to golf, but you see a lot of people going and doing Dancing with the Stars now because you gotta move on. Now if you take out some of the joking where he said he's pivoting from rap to golf, you can kind of get something like this. You see a lot of people going and doing Dancing with the Stars now because you gotta move on. Now what you get with that is one of the truest statements that you will probably hear from Lecrae's I Quit Rapping video. Let me explain why. Once a celebrity leaves the usual space or usual industry or career they were once in, they have to move. They have to do something with their life or do something with what they have left of their legacy. That might be either starting a food bank, that might be starting a TV show, or that might be many other things. And some do still hop on tracks and prove their legacy, but they do still move on. They still do something with that legacy and name that they have, utilizing what they once had and using it to their advantage. And I believe that's what Lecrae will be doing with not only his name, but what he's done within the space. Now in the previous video, I did mention something about a masterclass Lecrae might be doing on the CHH space and moves for people to make within the industry. But after watching a couple of Lecrae's videos over again, I realized the key to making all of these things work. And the answer to that is not only God, but Lecrae's Patreon page. Now you might wonder why Lecrae's Patreon is so special out of all the tons of other Patreon pages that there are, but I'll tell you why. Lecrae's Patreon page is meant for just exclusive content that only his Patreons get, like many other Patreon pages. But what that Patreon page entails is exclusive Lecrae content, whether that's exclusive videos as well as behind the scenes music and possibly a Lecrae podcast. Now he did release episode 1 of the making of Church Clothes 4 on YouTube, but he said the rest of the episodes would be on Patreon, and that's why I believe that his Patreon is key. If he's going to give advice, if he's going to give them all the tools they need to be successful, why not let it be on a page with already exclusive content, being his Patreon? Now that we have that settled, that he'll probably be using his Patreon to his advantage as he already is, let me talk about the free things Lecrae is doing to already show us what he'll be up to in the future. As we know, Lecrae is not only an artist, but he's also been doing something different recently as well. If you take a look at Lecrae's YouTube page, you'll see this. All the new videos and all the new things Lecrae's been doing, and these aren't music videos. These aren't songs, and nor are these behind the scenes to these songs. This is content, YouTube content. Lecrae is making the type of content that not only fans will enjoy, but he's also making content that will get people interested in a certain topic or who want to hear what he has to say. And I believe that's Lecrae's next move. He's already been easing his fans into what a content creator Lecrae will look like, and I believe that's going to be the move he'll make, being a content creator. Whether that's taking on challenges like putting his hand in a box with fellow collaborators like 1K Phew, or whether he's doing a yelling bee with famous YouTubers like Airrack. But not only is this a good sign for Lecrae that he can also make great content, whether it's with other artists or with successful YouTubers, but it shows how diverse he can actually be. Now with him being a big name within the space and even outside of the Christian hip-hop space, Lecrae can do more than just content. Other than the fact that he's about to hit 1 million subscribers, there's much more he can do with that fan base. As some of you may know, in late 2021, 2021, Lecrae had his series Protect the Bag with Experience. Now, this was a series talking about financial safety and also learning how to deal with finances as well as keeping that money or setting goals for the money. Now, while this seems like a small thing, it really isn't. Lecrae was giving financial tips. But even though that's already amazing in itself, that wasn't all. Lecrae had his own show with Experience that he hosted featuring people he knew like Words Played. Now, there's much more to this than you may think. As some of you may know, Lecrae wouldn't be the first rapper to go from bars to big TV. We've had examples of this like Mark Wahlberg and also Will Smith. Now, as you've seen, they have definitely done great at that transition in their life, going from rapping to acting, or whether it was hosting a TV show or whatever the case may be. It's obvious that Lecrae isn't just bound to music, but has also proven he does really great at making engaging content for not only fans, but also people who are just getting to know who Lecrae is. Not only would this be a smart move for Lecrae, considering the fact that his channel is already monetizable and so are the videos he's released, but content is not that far off from the music industry in the first place. Think about it, whenever you're watching a movie, what does it have? Music. Whenever you're watching a YouTube video, it usually has music. And when you watch Lecrae's videos, what do they have? Music. And all of this to say, a lot of artists these days are already partially content creators in the first place, and that's what people have been seeing with TikTok. Artists that are good at making content to promote their music. And that's what Lecrae has also been doing, and that's why Lecrae would be perfect for being a content creator. Don't forget to check out Lecrae's YouTube page and his TikTok page to see this amazing content. And if you're interested in the exclusive content, make sure to check out his Patreon. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video.